Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of This Might Change. I'm Himani. E episode lo. There's something that I want to talk, and we talk about it often. Hope ante enti. మనం చాలా ఈజీగా చెప్తాం లైక్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ బి ఓకే బట్ వాట్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఓకే what if you're tired, confused, and you're like low-key giving up inside, and still somehow you continue? Ade na hope ante. There are few phases in life, where everything feels very difficult. Like, why is this only happening to me? Why everything feels slow? Why this doesn't work? Like, naake enduku ila jarugutundi? And idanta questioning anta jarugutundi. You start questioning your existence and all. Like, am I doing something wrong? Is there anything else that I need to do? Like, and slowly appudu hope anta loud ga undadu, but it becomes very, quiet. We don't lose hope suddenly. We lose it in small moments when things don't go our way, when results don't match our effort, people disappoint us. And that's where the life lesson starts. Lesson number one: not every phase needs to make sense immediately. Sometimes phases are just meant to be like, to change you. I'm talking so much about hope. No, please. I was not a hopeful person to begin with. నేను హోప్ కొంచెంగా నేర్చుకున్నా, బట్ I would always like to go to my good old stories or the characters that I got inspired from. So, ఇప్పుడు ఒక క్యారెక్టర్ గురించి మాట్లాడదాం. ఒక క్యారెక్టర్ కాదు, చాలా క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఉన్నారు. ఫస్ట్ ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు టాక్ అబౌట్ ఆస్థా. బ్లాక్ క్లోవర్ అనేది నేను ఒక యానిమే చూస్తాను అనమాట. దాంట్లో ఆస్థా ఇస్ అ క్యారెక్టర్. ఆస్థా హ్యాడ్ every reason to give up. No magic, no support, like constant rejection from everybody. If it was just any of us, in his place, we would have just said, maybe this isn't for me, Ani. We would have just given up. But he never gave up. He never gave up. He immensely believed himself so bad. And that teaches me something very real. Cinema too. Just because you don't have any advantages doesn't mean you don't have any chance. Life అనేది fair గా ఉండదు, బట్ హోప్ అనేది ఫేర్నెస్ పైన డిపెండ్ అయి ఉండదు కదా. డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ హౌ లాంగ్ యూఆర్ విల్లింగ్ టు స్టే ఇన్ ద గేమ్. ఇది ఇంకో ఎగ్జాంపుల్. ఇది కూడా యానిమే నుంచే. దేర్ ఇస్ దిస్ క్యారెక్టర్ కాల్డ్ షోయో హినాటా ఫ్రమ్ హైకు. హైకు అనేది ఒక వాలీబాల్ యానిమే. అండ్ షోయో హినాటా is a character which inspired me a lot. The main message that I learned from him is, you have to start before you feel ready. Hinata waited for nothing. Honestly, he didn't wait for a single thing. No perfect time, no perfect skills. He just showed up. Honestly, what I feel like. Manam ekkada lose avtamante ee hope anedi, because we don't take any action or we just don't show up for ourselves. Idanta ekkada jarugutadi telsa, because we overthink a lot of things. Lesson number 3: you don't need confidence to start with. You just need the courage to begin with. Confidence anedi adi vachestadi later on. You just have to fake it till you make it. And one more divine character, Parvati Devi. She teached me that hope is something that requires a lot of patience. I feel chala phases untai, like, there's this annoying phase called waiting phase. Waiting phases are something, they don't make you move. Are like the hardest phase that you have to pass through, because nothing is happening on the outside, but everything is happening inside, in here. If nothing is changing, what's the point? Here comes the lesson number 4. Growth is always invisible before it becomes visible. Parvati Devi waited, but she also evolved. So hope ante just waiting kaadu. It's becoming while you wait. This is also a very divine character. I think most of us, go back to him, when life gets, difficult and all. It's none other than Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna was the person or the character who moved me a lot. He's so incredible in my eyes. Krishna always trusted time. He always trusted time. This is where your thoughts fit beautifully. There's one thing about time. It changes. Right now, maybe things are not okay, but think about your past. Bad days, the days where you think you'd never survive, in which was there, it was reduced, situation changed. So why do we think this phase is like permanent? Here comes the lesson number 5 that I learned from Krishna. No, everything is temporary. Feelings, pain, pleasure, everything in your life is temporary. You're just meant to experience it. And the biggest lesson that I've learned from Krishna is, do your part. The time will do its part. You don't need to fix everything right now or today. Just don't give up. Just keep on, doing it, because one day every effort that you put in will show up for you. So there's this movie called Lion. It's one of my favorite movies. So I think it's based on a true story. A small kid, He gets lost, miles away from his home. No phone, no memory of where he lived, no way back. He doesn't know where he lived. He just, gets glimpses like, I used to live here. He used to be my brother. And he grows up, he gets adopted by this foreign couple, and he lives completely different life. For years, like nothing happens. His life is just normal. No clues, no answers, just, nothing. But somewhere inside, he never fully lets go. Not loudly, not actively, but not quietly. That feeling still, it stays. I need to find my way back. I need to find my way back years later with time, technology, and patience. And that hits deep. Here's lesson number 6. Just because something is lost doesn't mean it's gone forever. Some things take time to get back to you. Like clarity, purpose, people, and sometimes even yourself. Sometimes hope isn't like everything will work out soon. Sometimes it's just like, even if this takes time, I'll make my way. That connects back to what I've said before. Time changes things, but only if you stay long enough to see it. I'm talking about a lot of characters, no? Sometimes I find this very cute. You have kids all around you. They are the reason I felt like why we should never lose hope. Kids fall, cry, and then 2 minutes later they're laughing. They get caught up and they start playing again. Aim debba, aim dakina. Like they still laugh. నేను ఎప్పుడు అనుకుంటుండే like why are they like this అని ఎందుకంటే నేను చిన్న ఉన్నప్పుడు నాకు ఏం వేస్తుందో నాకు కూడా తెలియదు I used to always think like why then I realized they don't just assume like నేను కింద పడిపోయినా నేను ఏం చేసినా life is always against me అని ఎప్పుడు అనుకోరు. Kids never think that way. Here comes lesson number 7. Don't ever think one bad moment will make your life bad. Madam Chesa Madi, one failure, I'm not good enough. One rejection, you feel like, why I'm always rejected. But kids, they just move on. So hope ante enti. Maybe it's not something big. Maybe it's things like trying again tomorrow, not giving up. Maybe it's just believing that this too shall pass. Because it will pass. Time will change, pain tagipotundi, life change avutundi. And one day you will look back at this version of you and realize you don't have anything figured out, but yet you still didn't give up. And honestly, that's hope for me. Life lo enni kastalu ochina, em ochina, never lose hope, never lose the person that you are, never not try to be kind.